21 or 22. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Goff now looking to throw. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is gone. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 15.
After the interception, here's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now it's the backup Winston. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing, Winston. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Winston. Escapes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Kaminsky. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. To throw, Winston. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Starting to wonder if they're... just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground, pushing through the contact.
Holding offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
He'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. 2 minutes on the clock, and what's... Scoreless first half. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Hooker's going to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Hooker. He's going to air one out. That is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Hooker looking to throw. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there.
New York Giants draft picks. Detroit Lions draft picks. Let's see.
He got outside the pocket. I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage.
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Now how about this? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Got a man, that's Lil Jordan Belfort. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second down and 4.
Ready.
Here's Winston. Open man, complete to Humphrey. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready.
Winston. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. To the sideline and incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Gano's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Hooker. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A final shot before break. Hooker, he's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked. And incomplete. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Winston. Complete to Washington.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Winston now. Into the hands of his receiver, Humphrey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards up.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Ready? Let go.
On play action, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw, Hooker. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Hooker to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And This will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way. And get. Backfield, a nice lane to hit.
Here's Hooker. They'll roll him out right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
2nd and goal from the 1. Working out a shotgun, Hooker. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Lions have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
The try here for the... And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A first carry now for Craig Reynolds. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He'll buy some time right. That is caught. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Give to Reynolds. And he got blown up, losing yardage.
How is he hurt? How is he hurt already?
At the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Winston readies the offense. Down 7-6. A little under 2.5 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. throwing. Winston. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Jameis to throw it. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the...
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Ready? Play that up. Play that.
Now Winston. He's got his man. It's Hyatt. Room past the 35. Across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt, 88 yards. And the Giants use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now Winston. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. Hooker to throw. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing here is Hooker. He finds his man, complete. That's Kennedy. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Hooker. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now Hooker. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got it to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, remember now, no overtime in the preseason, but where the score is at now, overtime would be unlikely. If these guys can put it in the end zone here, they'd be looking pretty good.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Giants offense and Jameis Winston set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.
Turn the lights on.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. The people they make go and dollars they make grow and everything's for show, but I will remain cold and eager. The queen don't talk to the meager, a leader. Who you know in the Zephyr? Been through the trenches, gutter fields and stenches. Gone ball, they filling up the benches. Half-court shooter, spitting from the medulla. Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody want a doula, defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you can never survive her. Streets got a code up, couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid. Decide that I'm the same. A new rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with doing big things, but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain, but your chain can't blame. On a new plane, but your main can't tame this. Same dame, but the rock got bigger. Might buy the drop top, got more figures. Pull up in the lot, still block pop. The posse can spot. Come and go, but I still check. I ain't saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that you're not. I got it all, baby, give it everything you got. And arrogant, sitting in the booth, I ain't even gotta lie, cause you know that I'm the truth. Yeah. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No R&R's, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing there to prove, cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? See some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? In my face, in my face, in my face, in my face. That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Yeah, you better pat me down and pray for peace before you let us in. My jettison is full of carnivores and lettuce men. You pushing positive, then we can be the best of friends. We drink the fire from the fountain in excellence. Open sores, open doors like a Trojan horse. No remorse, I make lore fact like college course. Making seconds to records, the textures you could never touch the circle I rolled and you overstepped your effort. I'm the shepherd of leopards, I'll pull you back together. You fall apart, I'll build it back but better. I'm a scoundrel with my pen works adventures. My punchlines are too raw for glass jars and dentures. You think you've seen madness? Well, I am the center. I'm only happy in the summer. The winter. Watch out now. Come heavy water. It's high now. Not going under. Oh, oh, oh. Not gonna let you go. Oh, oh, oh. Pay what you owe. Watch out now.
My mistake. It's damn namaste. And darling mama, cause I'm searching for better days. Tijuana, I'm cutting through this with my switchblade to katanas, cause I've learned something from years of head hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. A glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing out spikes, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang tight. It's getting dark as midnight. This beat swinging so hard, we in a fist fist. Tippy, tippy toe, watch me dip and roll. Round the corner, round another level, watch my glow. I be switching colors, red, green, and gold. I'm speaking the truth, and now I'm spitting heavy waters on the floor in the booth. Let's go.
Watch out now, come heavy water. It's high now, not going under. Oh, 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 not gonna let you go. Oh, 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 pay what you owe. Watch out now, come heavy water. Now listen to me, yeah. Gonna run down a bad man today. Gonna run down, gonna hunt down a bad man like me. When the sun down, gonna come round, set fire ablaze. Gonna run down a bad man today. Said the ragamuffin man, them not play. My bloodline everywhere, they got it coming in waves. You know the struggling ain't living, so the hustle comes easy. So listen up when they hear me say, watch out now, come heavy water. Heads high now, not going under. Oh, 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 not gonna let you go. Oh, 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 pay what you owe. Watch out now, come heavy water.
Yeah, run up on Big Glow, you won't, I bet your be on the floor. Big Carbon here like Mayweather, Tula come through and blow up. Got millions out there rap, they hate her, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming, I stole the show. Don't run up on that, she a head case, all she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week, about no more features, I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week, about no more features, I might embarrass you. Yeah, Glow, stomp a little with some shell toes. Yeah, Glow, slapping, rapping, making bail. Yeah, Glow, two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, Glow, no competition, these stale. Yeah, Glow, curving, my layers. Yeah, Glow, say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, Glow, keep running circles around these snails. Yeah, Glow, and my bumping up in the jail. On the Big Glow, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck, got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on her, you better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players, my folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky, when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. Get 'em, Glow, them fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get 'em, Glow, stop overthinking, these can't fuck with you. Get 'em, Glow, standing on business in these Chanel shoes. Before I let her play with me, I'll go eat some jail food on gang. Stomp a little with some shell toes.